People always ask me, is it really hard to go vegan? And my answer to that is always, no. It's not hard. I will show you how. You can go vegan fairly easily and cheap. Let's get into it, y'all. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Ew. Hello everyone, my name is Happy Black Legends. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Yes. So today we are drinking champagne made for the angels who go by the name of Glittering Gabriel. Yes, we are drinking champagne because honestly, y'all, I am in a very celebratory mood. She a little spicy. She a little muy caliente. It is what it is. Anyways, y'all, I am in a celebratory mood. Last week was challenging. I got through it. I reached a lot of personal goals in life. And then this week is probably going to be challenging also. But for right now, I'm here to celebrate life. I just want to say a huge thank you and welcome to all my new subscribers. I cannot believe the success of my TikTok video. I was truly not expecting that to happen. It has been very exciting and also equally terrifying. Sometimes I wake up covered in sweat. Anyways, let's get into this video. So, for some of my new subscribers, y'all might not know that I am vegan. Hello, yes, hi. I am vegan. I went vegan Christmas Day of 2020. By that point, I was already plant-based. I hadn't eaten meat in like probably 4 or 5 months at that point. But I was not vegan. I was not in it ethically or for moral reasons. I was just eating plant-based. And then once I went vegan, my entire life changed. And I truly believe that veganism is not that difficult, and it can be accessible if done in an informed manner. The thing is, a lot of people just don't know. A lot of people are very ignorant, myself included. I was very ignorant towards veganism, but the truth of the matter is, I bet you if you were just to walk around your grocery store right now, you would be amazed at all of the new products that you probably never noticed, that you never look for, things like that. And of course, there's more to veganism than mock meats and mock whatever. It does not have to be expensive. It does not have to be difficult. I believe that it's honestly very easy. What makes it difficult to go vegan is that transition period. There's a learning curve. You have to learn about a lot of things. You have to connect with people. And for some people, obviously, it's easier to just, stick with the status quo and continue to eat animal products like the rest of the world. But once you get past those first few steps, it's not hard at all. And if anything, I'm actually shocked at how easy being vegan really is. I'm gonna put this down. And then I'm gonna answer some questions and drink some more later. I want to be coherent for this video. All right, so let me pull up these motherfucking questions. So, like a month ago, I asked y'all on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, which, by the way, if you are not following me on Instagram or Twitter, what are you doing with your life? Please go follow me right now. Anyways, I asked y'all, any questions that you guys have about going vegan, because this summer will make it a full year that I haven't eaten meat. So that's exciting. I don't remember the day or the month that I stopped eating meat. It was a very slow transition. So that's that on that period. If you guys are more interested in my vegan story, I have a ton of videos on that topic. I don't really feel like getting into it in this video because it's just kind of a long-winded story and it's just a lot of moving parts to it. So if you are interested, I'll put some videos, whatever. So the first question I got is, I'm vegan too, but only with food. I've been getting more into fashion lately and I've been buying things secondhand. I know it's a matter of opinion, but would you buy something like leather or wool if it was thrifted? This is a really good question, and it is a matter of personal opinion. For me personally, I do believe that vegans who thrift animal product, like clothing that contains animal flesh or fur, I don't really see a problem with it. I think thrifting is a wonderful thing that more of us should do. It prevents waste, and the truth of the matter is a lot of materials end up in waste, sitting in landfills, and it's just not great. Personally, for me though, I don't think I could wear leather because I love cows so much. And it's like, this is someone's skin that I am currently wearing. I am putting skin on my skin that's not alive, and it just feels really weird.
You make furniture. What kind of material do you use? Skin.
It's very weird to wear some being's skin. Like, that is odd, and I can't get past that thought. That being said, I very well still have clothing in my closet, I'm pretty sure, that contain things like wool and fur and leather. Actually, I don't own any real fur, not since I've moved to California, but I don't even know if anyways, but I have a leather jacket. It's my leather valedictorian, not what am I talking about? Okay, a bitch was not valedictorian. Okay, a bitch wasn't even close. I was not valedictorian. My Letterman's jacket, I still have it because a bitch worked hard. Okay, do you know how many hours I sat in that motherfucking theater at my high school? No. Okay, so I still own my Letterman's jacket, and I'll probably never get rid of it because it does have sentimental value, but I don't really wear it very often, and when I do, I feel very uncomfortable wearing it. One, because it's a high school memorabilia, and two, because I'm wearing cows like skin on my arms, and that's just, it's very hard for me to wrap that around my mind. I love cows. They're some of my favorite animals. I really want to meet cows this year. Like, don't even get me started. It's up to you, boo. Do what you want. I would never call someone not vegan for wearing thrifted leather, as long as it's thrifted. If you're buying from a company, you are creating demand for that product, which means that, yes, you are contributing to the animal agriculture business, and that isn't really so much of a vegan move, I would say. I think I just spit. I'm sorry. The next question. Did you do it gradually, or did you stop all at once? And did you need any compliments in your diet? And then I got a very similar question that said, did you go straight to vegan or veggie to vegan if cold turkey was difficult? I did not go cold turkey. My transition in decreasing animal products took about 2 to 3 years. So let me explain. I grew up not eating pork, so I never really had to give up pork. I just don't eat it. So that was something that I didn't have to think about. I'm very lactose intolerant, so in 2017, 2018, that is when I started to give up dairy. And I always tell people this, especially customers at the vegan restaurant that I work at. It's so funny to me when people say, oh, I can never give up cheese, I can never give up dairy, because I used to say the same exact shit, and ironically enough, that ended up being the first animal product that I actually gave up. So, whatever. I gave up dairy because I'm lactose intolerant, and it was really easy to give up because it physically gave me bubble guts. And the only thing that was kind of hard for me at first was ice cream and cheese, because back in 2017-18, let me tell you, the vegan cheeses were atrocious. They were terrible. They were disgusting. And vegan ice cream, it was all really just like sorbet. There wasn't really any ice cream. Now, the options in cheese and ice cream are so high, and it's insane. And the taste has gotten better. The quality, the options, it blows my mind to like see this happen, So I gave up dairy first. Then July 4th, 2019, that was the last day I put beef into my body. I gave up beef, number one, because I literally never ate it. Number two, when I did eat it on 4th of July, 2019, it was so fucking disgusting, and it tasted like such ass that literally in that moment, I said, I will no longer be consuming beef. Also, at that point, I was very well aware of the fact that beef is one of the worst contributors to global warming and our climate change issue. And I recognized that if I can give it up, why not, you know? So from 2019 until pretty much all the way till 2020, I didn't eat dairy, beef, or pork. And I felt very comfortable doing that. And whenever people would ask me, like, whenever veganism would come up, I would say, well, you know, I'm not vegan. I don't think I'll ever go vegan, but I don't eat beef, dairy, and pork. I'm comfortable with that. And that's where I was. For those of you guys that don't know, hi, hello, hi. I am a recovered anorexic. And at that point, I was still very much so within my eating disorder. And so I was very scared to go vegan. I was very, very scared. But eventually I gave up eggs and then chicken. And then I think like pretty much fish was like the last thing I stopped eating. I didn't call myself pescatarian because I wasn't eating fish like all the time. But I just gave up fish last because fish, I'm not going to lie, fish, I've always enjoyed the taste of seafood. Whenever I would meet people that are like, I don't like seafood, I'm like, I don't like you, you know, like, but again, our oceans are dying, and I went plant-based because a lot of animal products started to make me feel sick. And I was watching a lot of vegan YouTubers, and I felt like, you know what? I'm already eating mostly plant-based. Why not just try it and see how it goes? So from summertime until the end of 2020, I was plant-based. And I call myself plant-based because during that time, I was not actively, you know, stopping I wasn't decreasing my use of animals in any other way except for my food. It wasn't a huge lifestyle change. It was just a dietary change. You know what I mean? And I didn't even call myself vegan during that time because I was still kind of trying to figure things out. And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to be associated with vegans just yet. Like, I'm kind of scared. I was really embarrassed also about eating plant-based because, you know, I was anorexic. I had an eating disorder, and it's really common for people with eating disorders to sort of hide behind the vegan label to get away with their eating disorders and their disordered behaviors. And I was really concerned that people would judge me and think that I wasn't really plant-based for all the right reasons. And I was really scared to talk about it. So I just didn't. I didn't talk about it publicly for like months. And that's that. Personally, I do think that transitioning slower is the best thing you can do for yourself. I think it gives your body time to adjust. It gives you time to learn more things. And I just think in the end, it makes it so much easier. By the time I was vegan, I really didn't have any cravings for anything that contained animal products. It's really, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I feel like transitioning slower, it allows people to be vegan for life versus how many people do you know that saw their favorite celebrity go vegan and then went vegan overnight and 2 months later went back to eating beef? You know what I mean? In my experience, more people who slowly transitioned from maybe like pescatarian and then to vegetarian and then vegan, I feel like their success rate is much higher. Of course, there's no way to know this. Of course, there are vegans that went vegan overnight and have stayed vegan for decades. That's great. That's not me. That's not my lifestyle. That's not my thing. And I will just always tell people to give up a product at a time to make a conscious effort. I just think that's going to make you much more successful, and it's gonna make veganism and being vegan so much easier because you'll have spent time learning more about veganism. You'll have spent time going to your grocery store and seeing what vegan products that they offer. All right, so the next question is, I've been thinking about becoming vegetarian for a while now, but I'm not sure if I can start while living with my family. This is a question I always feel bad for being asked because I don't have an answer. I'm so sorry. I was 20 when I went vegan. I was living on my own. I was responsible for buying my own groceries. So I didn't have to consult anybody. Also, though, when I think about if I was still living at home and if I was a teenager, Honestly, I think my mom would have been okay with it. My mom has been vegetarian and pescatarian in her life. Also, because I was anorexic for a really long time, well, not really that long, just 2 years. I was anorexic for 2 years. Once I went vegan and I started actually eating food, my friends and family were very happy. Like, I don't think anyone cared what I was eating. They were just like, oh, you're eating. Like, thank God. So for me, I kind of got like almost praise for going vegan. I didn't feel judged. My mom buys me vegan food. She buys me vegan treats. It's not really that challenging, honestly. In my story, also, y'all, I live in California, so the amount of vegan things that we have out here is higher, and people's attitudes toward veganism in California is a little bit more accepting than maybe in other places. So I don't really have advice for you on this question, but I will say there are so many vegan teenagers and vegan people who've made videos on this topic. And if you are interested, I suggest you Google this question and watch some videos on it from people who have lived this experience, because I don't have anything I can offer you. I'm so sorry. Like, there's nothing I can say. Okay. So I got a few questions on eating disorders, and I'm going to read them out loud, okay? I have been researching and thinking about going vegan for a few months. I'm vegetarian since August. I want to do it for ethical and environmental reasons. The only problem is I'm recovering from an eating disorder, and I have a question. Did going vegan make it easier to slip in bad eating habits, or was it healthy for you? And then the next question is, I don't have any questions for myself, but sometimes when I do outreach, people insist that veganism will cause an eating disorder for them. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience? So, this is for me, I didn't go vegan for a while because I thought it would make my eating disorder worse. Ironically, once I went vegan, my eating disorder kind of went away. I don't like to say it didn't go away. I don't know how to explain this. During 2020, I was already in recovery, okay? So once I went vegan, I already had a lot of tools to help me with certain things, right? Veganism is not a diet. It's a lifestyle. So let's just make that clear. It is a lifestyle. Once I went vegan, my relationship with food completely changed. Keep in mind, I was already eating plant-based for months, okay? But once I went vegan, my relationship with food became a much deeper thing for me. Food became a symbol, a way to protest. It became political for me. And because of that, it became very challenging to feel guilty about eating when I was following my moral, political, and philosophical beliefs. You know what I mean? It just became very challenging to see it as a bad thing when it felt so good. Once I went vegan, I started trying all sorts of new foods. I opened myself up to trying new things. And the way that I eat now, it blows me away because I eat so much more food. I eat so much more kinds of food, way more than I ever did as an anorexic. Also, I gained weight going vegan. I gained weight. Why? My metabolism is shit. My metabolism is shit from starving myself for 2 years. So, for me, going vegan definitely helped in recovery. And that is the truth for many people. However, as I already mentioned, there's lots of people with eating disorders that will call themselves vegan to get away with being able to restrict foods, okay? And I do think that there are people who go vegan and it can trigger something inside of them, right? I think the best way to make sure that this doesn't happen is to know your why. Why are you going vegan? What is your end goal? What are you trying to accomplish? When I went vegan, I was already plant-based. I was already not eating meat or dairy or eggs or anything. But once I went vegan, for me, it was about saying fuck you to oppression, fuck you to systems that keeps humans and animals tied down. It was a very conscious decision. And I feel like if you know and understand why you're doing this, it kind of changes, your perspective. Veganism is not about food. It's not. It's a social movement. It is about the liberation of animals. So keep that in mind. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, I can't tell you whether or not going vegan is going to help or make you worse. I can only share my experience and my advice. I do think proceed with caution. Go slowly. Transition slowly. Connect with other vegans who've also struggled with eating disorders in their past and have overcome them. I just think for me, oh my God, I'm not gonna cry. Hold on, I'm sorry. I really don't want to cry, I'm sorry. I didn't expect to cry in this video. For me, I never thought that I would live the life that I live now. And I never thought that I would go out and eat at a restaurant with my friends or family again. I'm so serious. I just never thought that I'd be able to do that again. Something as so simple as going to a restaurant and picking a meal was so hard for me for 2 years. You don't even know. And now I go out and eat with my friends and family, and I live life and I enjoy life so much, and I don't have to sit there and think about food all the time. So I do think that going vegan can be a really good thing for you. I'm sorry to cry. I hate crying on videos. It's so cringy, and I'm wearing foundation today. Okay, just give me a second. Hold on. Ugh, I'm wearing foundation today, you guys. Oh my God. Ugh, oh my God. I was not expecting to cry, but I just get very emotional when I talk about my eating disorder because it just makes me so sad that I lived in such pain for years and accepted that way of life. That makes me so sad. I wasted so much time. And I wasted so much life and energy just being sad, and I didn't have to do that, but at least now I'm living, honey. I'm living. I'm doing things I never thought I'd be able to do, and that just feels so good. And I love being vegan, you guys. If you couldn't tell, I love being vegan. It completely changed my life, my mind and my spirit, and I can't. There's nothing else I can say. I'm sorry for crying. This video's a mess. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways, child. I really was not expecting to cry. I'm sorry. Sometimes, this past week, a customer came in and it was very clear that they were struggling with the eating disorder. And I just haven't been able to get my mind off of them. And I think it just opened up all these memories of just literally being, God, you guys don't even know. I mean, there were some days where I was so hungry that I physically couldn't move, and I would just lay in bed all day and was just sad all the time, and I hated being alive, and I just cannot believe the life that I have now. I really can't. I'm really proud of myself, and I'm just really happy. So I'm sorry for crying, but it was a real raw emotion. Okay, so let's get back to the video. Okay. Yay. Whew. Oh Lord. Oh God. Okay. So I think I have 3 more questions left. The next question. Yes, I'm vegetarian, but I need more vegan recipes to fully transition. I love following specific chefs. Do you have any recommended who have a bunch of diverse, fast, tasty vegan recipes? So, no, I do not. I used to recommend Cheap Lazy Vegan, but I no longer do. So, I feel like the best places to find really good vegan recipes are Instagram and TikTok. Number one, a lot of the recipe videos you'll come across, they cut straight to the point. They're really easy to follow, and I think that's your best bet. Honestly, I don't use TikTok, but I've seen some really amazing vegan like TikTok recipe videos that have blown me out of the water. Excuse me. Honestly, I don't follow a lot of vegan chefs. I really don't. That's not really my thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really don't. If there's something I want to make, I'm the kind of person who will just go Google the recipe. I'm not always looking for new recipes because I work a lot. I don't always have time to cook. I just kind of eat whatever foods at the restaurant that I work at. So I don't really tend to do that. But like I said, Instagram and TikTok have really good vegan recipe videos, in my opinion. Also, Instagram, I've seen some amazing, like, diverse. Also, I feel like if you want diverse recipes, if you follow people who come from the ethnic background of the food that you're trying to find, you're supporting content creators of color. And I think that's a really great thing as well. Someone else asked me a similar question. I'm also vegan for the most part, but I find it hard to try new recipes or find the motivation to do them. I'm still a kid. Hello, little baby. But do you have any advice or recipes you think would spark the motivation in me? Honestly, you're a child, so I don't know if y'all have an air fryer, but if you are vegan, I think the air fryer changes your life. I think air fryers are great. I cook everything in my air fryer. I don't have an oven, so even more so now, I love my air fryer. My favorite things to cook in my air fryer: chickpeas. Roasted chickpeas are so fucking delicious. Also, I make like quesadillas and like tacos all the time. I eat a lot of tofu. Air fried tofu is literally bomb.com. I think, like I mentioned already, Instagram and TikTok, especially if you're a kid, it's going to be really easy, you know? Okay. I'm still in the vegetarian to vegan transition phase. How did you manage to cut it all out? How did you deal with cravings? I still live with my parents, so the ice cream or the sweet stuff mostly isn't vegan, and I find it so difficult to cut that out. Also, what are your vegan staples? Okay. So, the only cravings that I had was when I went plant-based. It probably was about a week or two after I stopped eating meat, and I was really craving chicken wings, right? But what I learned was I wasn't craving chicken wings, I was craving buffalo wings. So I just bought buffalo sauce, poured it over some tofu, threw that shit in the air fryer, and bing bam boom, shit was banging and slamming, and I ate it, no problems. So I think if you have a craving for something, trying to veganize it is one of the best things you can do. The sweet stuff. I have access to a lot of vegan desserts because I live in California. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I love ice cream. And when I first gave up dairy a few years ago, the vegan ice cream selection sucked ass. But now there's just so many more options. So I will just buy that. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're craving something though, you can always try to make it yourself. There's a lot of really easy vegan like cake recipes and brownie recipes and things like that. You can always do like a chocolate smoothie. It just kind of depends on what you're in the mood for, I would say. But I feel like getting in the kitchen and making it yourself is the best thing you can do. And then that allows you to let your family try some, and maybe they'll like it so much that they'll consider buying more vegan options for you. You know, you never know. And then your last question was, what are your vegan staples? This is a really good question. So pretty much tortillas, because I struggle with gluten a lot. So I don't eat a lot of gluten, but, tortillas are very cheap, and I use tortillas as sort of like a bread replacer. And tortillas, I mean, I eat so many tacos. Like, tacos is probably like if I had a food pyramid, tacos are like the base of my food pyramid. The thing I love about tacos is it's a never ending like joy. There's so much you can do. You can do soya tacos, you can do tofu tacos, you can do beans, you can do lentils, you can do chickpeas, which I don't really like that much personally, but still not terrible. And then You can buy mock meats, but honestly, I think buying mock meats to make tacos is kind of stupid. Like, you can literally just use beans and then like tofu to get maybe some crunch, get you some cabbage or some shit, some limon, and keep it moving, baby. Okay, like, it's really not that hard. Tacos are a huge part of my diet. I eat a lot of matcha. I drink a lot of matcha. I love matcha. I use almond milk because it's the cheapest, it's easiest to find, and I grew up drinking almond milk, so I'm very comfortable with it. What else? What else is our vegan staples? Lentils. Lentils, rice. Rice is a huge portion of my diet. I eat so much rice, holy shit. Yeah, so I think those are kind of like my staples. Honestly, I work a lot, and because I work at a restaurant, I do just end up eating like whatever they have in the restaurant. Oh. I have no more questions. I just can't read nor count, so. Anyways, y'all, that's all the questions that I were asked. I'm going to get going. So just let me know what y'all thought. If you have more questions about how to go vegan, please comment them below. I will do my best to answer. My goal really is to use my platform to speak on things that are important to me, and that includes veganism. I think that going vegan it just opens your heart and your mind, and you just feel so connected with like everything around you, and I just feel so good. And had I known I could have felt this good, I would have done it so much sooner. So that's another reason why I want other people to feel as good as I feel right now. And it's so much fun being vegan. I've met amazing vegans of color online, and I want people to realize that being vegan doesn't have to be expensive. It's not really a white person's thing. People of color have been pioneering the vegetarian and the vegan movement for centuries, and it's important that we honor and recognize those people. Okay, I will be working on more vegan content in the future, and as always, other content on things that interest me. So if you did like this video, please consider subscribing. Also, I just want to give a huge thank you to all my subscribers, my YouTube members, and my patrons. If you are interested in becoming a member, there's a button for you to click down below. It's like $1 a month, and then if you want to join my Patreon, obviously my Patreon comes with way more perks than my membership does because it's a little bit more expensive. I have tiers at $3, $5, and then $10. So if you are interested, the link for that is in my Linktree link in the description. As always, y'all, thank you so much for watching. And I know this video was kind of chaotic, but I really hope that you walked away from it learning a little bit more about veganism and about me. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I will see you in the next one, darling. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, y'all. Bye.